Okay, we've got a few questions here which are going to pull in all of the rules of indices that we've been using in previous videos. Let's have a look at this one first. 4 raised to the power of negative 3 over 2. Well, how are we going to deal with this? Firstly, we're going to deal with this negative sign in our power. And we're going to use this rule here. So, to get rid of that negative, we're going to have the reciprocal, we're going to put 1 over 4 to the power of 3 halves. We've dealt with our negative straight away. Now we've got to deal with this fractional power. Well, we know that if the denominator of our power is 2, then we're dealing with a square root. So that equals 1 over the square root of 4 cubed, which equals 1 over square root of 4 is 2. If we cube 2, 8. So it takes us down to 1 over 8. Next problem. We've got a fraction raised to a negative power. This really brings everything we've been doing in. And just like here, first of all, we're going to deal with the negative. So we're going to take the reciprocal of 8 over 27, which means we're going to put it over, we're going to put 1 over it. So 1 over 8 27ths, all raised to the power of, we've dealt with our negative, so that's 2/3. Okay, again, deal with our denominator in the fractional power means we're going to cube root this. So, equals 1 over the cube root of 8 over 27 all squared. Now we can actually either deal with the cube root first, or we could square our fraction first and then cube root our answer. And we need to think about what is the easiest. I'm going to put some brackets in there just so as we can see that we're squaring everything. Well, we don't really want to get into squaring 27 if there's an easier way, and here there is because we know the cube roots of these numbers. So let's use that root. We'll do the cube root first. Cube root of 8 equals 2. Let's not forget that we are 1 over this. So 1 over 2. And the cube root of 27 is 3. We haven't yet dealt with that. So we are 1 over 2/3 squared, which equals 1 over 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9. So we are 1 over 4/9, the reciprocal of 4/9, which just equals 9 over 4. Okay. We've got a decimal. We're dealing with a decimal here, 0.25, all raised to the power of minus 5 over 2. Just like we've been doing, we're going to deal with this negative power first, the negative part of it. And what we've been doing up until now is putting 1 over the number and changing it to a positive power. But it's worth noticing in this one, there's a slightly easier way because we know 0.25 as a fraction equals 1/4. So if we deal with 1/4 and we deal with that negative power first, that we take the reciprocal of 1/4, of course that just equals 4. So it's 4 to the power of 5 over 2. From our rule here, dealing with a fractional power, we know that that equals the square root of 4 all to the power of 5. Well, that's going to give us 2 to the power of 5, which is times 2, which equals 32.
Okay, Mary, so let's have a look at this one. So solve x plus 2x equals 12. So what do you think you do first?
Okay, well, I want x on its own, so I would put x equals 12 minus 2x.
Okay, so a lot of the time we want to get x by itself, but what we want to do first is get all of these x's together. So can you see anything we can do with this? Get all these together in one place.
Oh, okay, it's 3x, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
3x equals 12. Oh, and so x equals 4.
Brilliant, spot on, well done.